Hi, I'm Lisa McPhee, and tonight we have John Miller with us. Thanks very much for joining us, John.
Pleasure.
Now, John, how long have you been involved in Freemasonry?
I'm actually only fairly new into the craft. I really only joined in 2010.
So what was the inspiration in joining Freemasonry?
I guess it's a couple of different things. I found out a few years ago that my grandfather was actually a member of the craft within Freemasonry, helping my grandmother clean out the house a little bit. And I guess that stirred up a few questions, and the more I looked, the more I seemed to get confused with answers. And then literally bumped into a guy at the gym and asked him some questions, and it all went from there.
So were you intrigued about obviously there's a lot of history with Freemasonry, was that one of the things that attracted you?
Yeah, look, I think the history is definitely one part of it, and part of it is the family history of our family being involved over the years. The other side of it is the more I started to look into it, the more I became intrigued by a really simple idea that I could go to a business group and be surrounded by people with like-minded attitudes around the fact they wanted to do business, but didn't actually mean that they were going to do business honestly, ethically, with strong values. Whereas in Freemasonry, it's all about the values and the attitudes and the behaviours, not necessarily what the common interest is Freemasonry.
So obviously Freemasonry has given you a good moral basis that you've brought into your general day-to-day living?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually refer to the three big F's of life, which is family, friends and Freemasonry.
So have you found that your friends are very inquisitive about what it all means?
Yeah, it's actually been quite exciting. I've had, I think, 6 friends now join the craft after me, asking me the question that I asked, which was, hey, this sounds interesting, tell me more.
So you'd be happy to suggest to people that it's a good lifestyle, a good thing to introduce into your life?
Well, I can't think of much better that I've actually done.
So obviously your family's very supportive.
Wife, 6 kids. Yeah.
Do they come to a lot of the functions that you have for Freemasonry?
Yeah,
or?
occasionally. Yeah, it's having 6 children ranging from almost 24 down to 4 means that there are some times when my wife stays at home and looks after the youngest ones, and then I take the older ones out, and sometimes it's just to give her a break. So the Christmas function, we might just go and have a good time.
So that's a good part of it, that you can actually involve your family at such a level rather than it's all not only about the blokes?
No, I mean, there is an element of turning up to lodge and it's all the men and your mates that are there. But yeah, definitely the things that you can actually do to involve the children and involve your partners and spouses, and you know, it's hopefully my wife will think that it's having a positive influence on things.
She doesn't mind a night off on the couch by herself?
I think she loves it when I get out of the house.
So have you found that Freemasonry has broadened or opened up a door of new friends that you never would have had the opportunity to meet before?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I've been very fortunate to visit a number of lodges both in Melbourne and in country Victoria, and the feeling when you walk into lodge is just amazing. It's really hard to describe that you walk in and it's just, they're friends, you know, that old saying, they're friends I just hadn't had a chance to meet yet. That's exactly how I felt every single time that I've been to a different lodge. And a lot of the other activities through Freemasonry Victoria and through our lodge and through the district, and there's a lot you can get involved in, quite a bit.
So obviously the night of lodge, you're ready and you're excited about going?
Oh, I can't wait to get there. I'll get there nice and early. You know, it's all about you know, part of the pomp and ceremony, I guess part of it as well, putting on your dinner suit, putting on the bow tie. It's pretty cool, cool.
So what lodge do you belong to?
I'm actually out at Ferntree Gully, a lodge that's been around since 1920. We just celebrated our 1100th meeting, which is pretty cool.
So is it a strong lodge at the moment?
Yeah, strong and growing, and I think that's really part of the excitement, to be a part of an organisation that is finally being recognised in the community and is actually attracting people to ask the questions.
Lastly, what is your most favourite part of lodge?
Oh, that's a really tough question. I think there's 3 major parts, and they're all pretty equal. One is I've been fortunate enough to become an officer within the lodge recently, and all the stuff that you need to learn is very different. I mean, I'm in the business consulting field, so when I'm talking to people about business, it's all ad hoc. Whereas with Freemasonry, when you learn something, it's got to be learned by rote and it's got to be perfect. And I like that level of perfection. The other one is the mateship, that comradeship and turning up we're all come from different walks of life and different things that go on in our lives, but that's there. And then obviously at the end of the night when we go into what we call the South, which is where we actually sit down and have a bite to eat and a couple of drinks.
So what do you say to the people that are a little bit suspicious about the secrets and the fact that it's been quite closed up until recently?
Yeah.
How do you answer that?
Pretty simple. Everyone asks me, oh, where's the secret handshake and the secret, I think someone called it the Leopard Lodge the other night, you know, a takeoff of the Flintstones. And I thought that was kind of cute. And really the secrets that are surrounding it are really just to make sure that you identify that the person you're speaking to is a man of good character. And I fail to see how that's a problem.
Well, John, it's been absolutely fantastic talking to you tonight. Thanks for giving your time to talk to us.
No, it's a pleasure. Thank you.